Well, hello. While we're getting into fall, it's also still the remnants of summer produce that kind of go into fall, and that means Concord grapes. So growing up, our farms and a lot of farms in the Midwest have these Concord grapes on them. They're the purple, vibrant, really flavorful grapes. They're not a table grape because they have seeds, they have thick skins, but what they have is immense amount of flavor. So we would always do either grape jams, grape butters, or grape juice. Now it's kind of a concentrated juice, and that way it doesn't take up so many jars, and you can just add water, whatever you want when you open it up, serve it to your family. Now I know you're thinking, grape juice. Like maybe you buy that for your kids, but really? No, 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 no. Homemade grape juice is the most intense grape flavor. It is so delicious. You can make different drinks with it. You can use it just for juice. We would always put 7-Up with it and kind of get a little bit of a grape, like on Sunday nights with popcorn. Yeah, you need to. So it's such a simple thing, and it's something that if you happen to know where grapes are, or if you go to your farmer's market and see Concord grapes, this is what you can do with them. So to start, so simple. We're gonna take our washed and cleaned grapes. So obviously they're picked off the vine. Then you wash them like 3 times because they have a lot of dirt and debris on them. So you wanna keep rubbing your hands through them, agitate them in water, drain them, rinse them, repeat. But we're just gonna put them into a large stock pot. They're all these beautiful grapes. I remember doing this all the time with Grandma because she could do anything. And this was just something that she would do so quickly. Then we're gonna add a little bit of water. Now this water is just to help it start cooking. And really what we wanna do is soften all the grapes, is really just start to break them down so they're gonna be easy to juice, because that's a little bit of the process. So we're gonna bring this over to the stove. We're gonna put it over kind of medium high heat, let it come to a boil. It's gonna simmer for a little bit. Then we're gonna be making juice. The grape mixture has cooked, and you're gonna see, this is really just watery, gross grapiness. It smells amazing in the house, just like you opened the best grape juice ever, but it looks gross. And so what do grapes have? They have lots of seeds in them. Their skins are really thick. So some old recipes you'll see, they'll put a whole bunch of grapes still on the stem, and they'll can it in the jar and just let it seep into juice. Then I think you get tasting like stem and it's gross. Other ones will put it in a bag and hang it overnight. I don't think that's worth it either, and you still usually get more sediment from that. So what does my family do? We take a cotton tea towel, just a good cotton tea towel. This one has been used for this before, so it somewhat still has a discoloration. We just seam it on the corners. You can buy nut milk bags, you could do multiple layers of cheesecloth, but this works well just to have a bag. This is one of those things I admit, it probably seems like barriers to entry with this. Like, oh, seriously, I have to make a bag, I have to do this? You can buy cotton bags. You can get these components. It's totally worth it if you can get grapes. Now, the other thing is, grapes really stain your hands. And on a normal day-to-day, if you see me in stories, I get really gross hands, and you're gonna see that, and they get really stained, and they stay like that for days, and it looks like I was in an awful accident. For a video, I will put gloves on, and this is just for aesthetics. You could do it with your hands, but what we're gonna really have to do is strain out all this juice through this bag. So it takes a little bit, and it can get messy. So that's why, look, I have an apron on, because even though we're doing it through this cotton bag, it still will be amazing how it can squirt, it can squeeze in places, and guess what? Grape juice, just like it is on clothing, it can be really stain prone. So we obviously wanna take precautions, wanna make sure that we're somewhat clean stain. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep filling this bag up, and at the end I'll probably just have to pour it in. But what we're gonna do, once we're getting it into there, and so I let it cool off a little bit just because it's really hot and your hands just couldn't take it. But this is, look, instantly we're getting some juice in here. And so as it collects down in here, I'll pour it into this pan because we're gonna have to reheat it just slightly. But look at that rich, beautiful juice we're getting. And so then I'm just gonna sit here and I'm gonna squeeze it out. Look at that. Look at that juice coming. And we're gonna keep all the really thick skins, the sediment, just the stuff you don't want in a juice. And then we're gonna get this beautiful concentrated juice. So I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna squeeze, I'm gonna add the rest that I have in there, and then we're gonna come back, we're gonna add a little bit of sugar, we're gonna add a little bit of water, we'll talk about it, and we got, juice making is fun, it's not overwhelming, and believe me, it's delicious and doesn't have near as much sugar as what you buy, like don't even. At the end here, you don't want to push so hard that you break or tear the bag or that you push out sediment you don't want. but you wanna get it fairly dry. And this is where Grandma would always double check if I did it when I did it with her, or if I did it with Mom, which I go over now and squeeze them out for Mom. But you can kind of tell if we open up this bag, look at how dry. So all you get is the skins and the seeds. And that's what you want. You want to retrieve all that juice. And it's all just this beautiful, if you were in here, the smell is just amazing. You get this intense, beautiful grape aroma. Now, I know it seems like, okay, fruit juice, it should have a lot of inherent sugar. Apple juice does. Yeah. Grapes, once squeezed like this, don't retain as good a flavor and the same sweetness you expect them to. So originally, this recipe had a ton of sugar in it. We've changed that because you really don't need that sugar. You just need enough that it gives you some of that sweetness back. And remember, this is a concentrate. So we're putting about 1.5 cups into it. And this is gonna give us then quite a bit of concentrate. So we're putting that in. And also, now again, you're gonna say, wait, you're adding water back? Why? I thought it was a concentrate. It still is. And what this is kind of think of how old recipes, you would want them, you know, they didn't want to waste tons of jars just to have ready to drink because a family would drink way more than just a quart of juice. So you want to have enough in there that you can add either some water or whatever liquid you want to, that it extends it and makes it more of a drinkable juice so you don't have to have so much stored up on your shelves. So we're going to take this concentrate, we're going to bring it back to a boil, and just to make sure all those sugar dissolves, the water goes into it, all mixes together, and you want everything to be hot when you can it. So with my water bath going, hot, I just touched it. My jars are sterilized, ready to go. My lids, my rings, we're gonna be in business here in no time. And I've kept it somewhat clean. We still need to wipe up a little bit. After it came to a boil, I just let it cook for a little bit, make sure all the sugar was dissolved, that was mixed together. And now I'm just ladling it into jars. This is super easy. And yes, it takes a few little steps, but look at this gorgeous, deep, burgundy colored juice you are getting. And it's super just like flavorful. Like this is nothing, I don't know, to me, when you do home canning, there's no comparison. You can't sit and say, oh, Botan is better. I mean, I get it, it's more convenient. What has convenient taught us? I feel like nothing. So we have it all in jars, and then what we need to do is what I always do. We take some hot water, and I just wipe off with a clean little paper towel the rims to make sure there's no drips on it, any sugar residue. You already should have checked to make sure there's no chips or cracks in them. And then once that's all done, I see all my little drips here. And guys, you wanna keep it clean as you're going, because depending on your counters, I know like quarts, it's not supposed to, but I don't trust it, I don't want stains. So then we take our lids and our rings and we just start putting them on. So I have them ready to go. And this is what I love about canning. Once you get into the groove of it, you've done a few things, this is all kind of like what you've done before. You know, the lid and ring part, getting them ready for a water bath, it all becomes second nature after you do it a few times. Now, when we're talking about canning, back in the day canning, you of course have to have either a rack and a canner. So like if you buy one that is a canning kit, it will come with a rack because you need to keep them off the bottom. But back in the day, before they had everyone making everything for them, they had these holders. So these are old family ones. You'd put a jar in them, kind of like this. This is an old type of jar. And look at the beauty. I think things like this are just beautiful. But this is what they used to do. And then they would set all these individuals into a canner, into a hot water bath, even had old jar lifters that they could sit and try to, I don't trust them now, but they probably still work. They had all these things and they had to make do. And look, if they were able to do it with less than what we have, then you can do it too. So I'm gonna take my jar lifter, and this is why I do it on racks like this, because I can pick them all up, they're hot, and I'm just gonna take them over here to my water bath that's ready to go. It's boiling, it's hot, and we're gonna start putting them in. And you wanna make sure the water covers them. Like, I always say, you know, maybe by like an inch, just to me, as long as it covers, you're good to go. It's a pretty quick processing time. You always wanna check the USDA site. You know, just in case your altitude will make a difference. I always have a little bit of hot water just in case I need more, but those are covered. We're gonna let them come to a boil, process them, pull them out, then you're gonna have juice during the winter. What can be better? Once they're processed, I take them out. I kind of tip them as I take them out just to get the excess water off the top. But that's all the grape juice concentrate is. And I know it seems like, okay, but you can go buy it. Yeah, you can, but you can make it yourself, so why wouldn't you? It's just fun, but it's also more delicious. It does have less sugar, I promise you. And how fun is it to tell everyone that you made this grape juice concentrate? You could pull it out for your kids, you could pull it out for yourself, you can make mixed drinks with it if you want to, but otherwise what you can do, I always think about 2/3 maybe to half of the grape juice to 1/3 to half of water. Now, it's up to you. Two wonderful things happened in that moment. A jar sealed, and I tasted how good this is. Just intense grape flavor. I think there's just something special about using what's in season, maybe what's found locally. Obviously, I don't expect everyone to have grapes in their backyard, but I bet your farmer's market will. I bet your favorite market that you go to just might this time of year when they're in season. And then you can make grape juice concentrate. It's super easy. It's so good. I think once you have it, can you imagine giving this as a gift? Who would not feel so special? So, I hope you make this. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you share it around, because when you share it, yes, of course it helps me so much, but it helps everyone see this is so doable. If I can do this, you can do it. We're making 4 jars, pretty carefree, pretty simple. We're doing it together and it's fun. So try it out, enjoy it. Check my website, wiseguide.com, for this recipe and all my other recipes. They're all on my site. And until next time, I have another batch of grape juice to do. So I'm gonna take my juice, drink it, and make more.